evening, YouTube. So what you just watched was me driving on I-70 in Colorado. Earlier, actually, it was still morning. I was able to leave there, and it just so happened that I was able to get through the worst part of I-70 without having to use any tire chains. It was kind of ironic when I got to Vail. Of course, you come down, you know, there's a pretty steep mountain pass. I think it's Vail Mountain Pass is what they call it. That comes, you kind of come into Vail as you're going west from Denver. As I was coming into Vail, on the other side, they were on the eastbound side. They were actually making the trucks chain up because I guess, or while I was, you know, because when I left Denver, the sun was shining. It was cold. It was about, you know, 3 degrees or something like that, but it was sun was shining. And then after I got closer, you get, you know, the worst part of I-70 is between Denver, the west side of Denver, and then Vail. And then after that, it's not so bad. I-70 isn't either way. So, but it was snowing part of the way, you know, to Vail. It started snowing, and the snow was beginning to stick, I guess, and so they, you know, they were started requiring chains for trucks that were going eastbound. I don't know, you know, they. So I, in any case, I made it through there, and then later, Colorado's got a really good 511 system on their phones. You dial 511 on your cell phone while you're in the state of Colorado, and you know, then you get this system, you know, where the guys, you know, they're making recordings and telling you exactly what's going on with different roads and restrictions in different parts of the state. And they really do a good job of keeping it updated. And so I found out afterwards that, you know, after I was already well away from the problem area there on I-70, 2 trucks going westbound had jackknifed at one point, and so they had 2 different places where the road was closed. And then, of course, they had the tire chain requirement for trucks going eastbound. And then later on, they got one of those cleared up. As far as the jackknife trucks, they got one of those cleared up. But then that Loveland Pass, they've got you know, there's Eisenhower Tunnel and what is it, Johnson Tunnel. There's 2 tunnels that are, you know, it's really, everybody refers to it as Eisenhower Tunnel because that was the one that was there first, and then a few years later they made the other tunnel, and so everybody calls it Eisenhower, but it's you know, each tunnel has a name. So the westbound tunnel is the Eisenhower Tunnel, and then the other one is the Johnson Tunnel. But those tunnels, they of course, they don't want you taking hazardous material loads through that, and so normally they make the hazardous material loads get off on US 6 and go around those tunnels. Well, they ended up having to close the US 6 mountain pass, and I don't know what the name of it is. It's got a name, but they ended up closing that. So what they do then is on every hour on the hour, they make the traffic stop, and they escort the hazmat trucks through, whichever ones. They sort of collect them. They have to, if you have a hazardous material load like that, they make them stop on the side. They've got a place for them to stop over on the side and to pull off. And then once an hour, they stop the other traffic and then escort those however many hazmat vehicles have kind of collected, which I don't know how many there would be. There's going to be a few. They do that every hour until they get that other pass open, and then, you know, and then they'll have them detour like they normally would. So I don't know. That was a real mess. Now, so I've made it to Beaver, Oregon, which is along I-15, and it's about 40 degrees here, and I don't know, I think it's raining. I think it's still raining. It's kind of hard to tell. But I think, I walked inside a while ago, and it was a little bit of drizzle, and now there's more rain that's kind of collecting on the windshield. I'm kind of looking out the front of the windshield, but it's about 40 degrees, and I don't know what the weather's supposed to do. But in any case, they made my appointment now. Originally, it was supposed to be 7 o'clock tomorrow, 14th, 7 a.m., and so now at Pacific time, and so now they've called the place and they changed it so it's a walk-in appointment. So if everything goes right, I should get there by about maybe let's say 2 p.m. Pacific time. Should be able to get there, and then I'll be a work-in at that point, and which is perfectly fine with me. So at least I'll be getting it there on the same day. So anyway, from Beaver, Utah, I'll catch you later.